Srinivasan, who's the Executive Director and Chief Technical Officer, joins in because they've now entered into a partnership with Vidsur Golf, which will give the company access to over 250 golf courses across India and the Asia Pacific and add some ancillary revenue to the company as well. Thanks a lot for joining in, Balaji. The first question, the obvious one is, what are the footfalls at these facilities? At what rate are they growing? And what does this mean then for your ancillary revenue? I mean, what kind of take rates can you expect for a company like yours from this business?
Yeah, good morning. So I think this is a very new service. If you think about all the premium cards that exist in India and also outside India, this is the benefit that is, typically given to the premium cards. So I think, and as the number of golfers and the interest in the sport grows, we are seeing a good traction where more and more premium cards are starting to give this benefit. In addition to some of the other benefits that we have in the premium space, like meet and assist, airport transfer, I think this fits in very nicely along with those to give a set of options to the banks and the issuers and the networks and other clients that they can consolidate, give benefits, and give more and more value to the end consumer. So we believe that this is something that will be of interest at the higher segment. And this is the reason we have also forayed into this space.
Okay, all right. Hi, Balaji. We get that point, but if you could give us a few quantitative numbers. The footfalls, as Mangala asked earlier, could you give us a sense on that? And also, your ancillary revenue was only around, 4 crores in the past year. Where do you see this number headed?
See, for us, the other services is something new that we have done, and that has really not been the bulk of the revenue. The bulk of the revenue comes from our lounge offerings and other airport services. So this is something that is new, and maybe it will take a few quarters for this to settle in and start providing some revenue numbers. But the idea is to actually start getting into the ancillary services and create an alternate portfolio for our clients as well. So that's the thought process behind launching this new product.
I look at Vidsur's own loyalty programs and all the other cards which have partnerships with them, etc. There's nothing exclusive with DreamFolks, right? So, I mean, what different are you offering and how does this add to your overall revenues?
Yeah, so actually the thing is that we've been very careful in trying to launch this new service. So I think while some cards do offer the golf service, the unique thing that we are really doing is actually building in the layer of, you could say, the benefit management. So today, the way it is done is predominantly a manually oriented process. People are doing card numbers on the phone call and so on and so forth. And the core technology that we have, where you are able to give the benefits for a card, where you have, let's say, 3 golf benefits per quarter or 20 per year, that is the core benefit that we offer if you think about in the lounge space or in the spa space or any of the other services that we already do. So we are basically extending the same tech platform and the benefit management, accounting management processes and the tech and the operations to golf as well. And the idea really is that for our clients, then it becomes much easier. They have a single player who's able to manage all the benefits.
Basically, you are sweating your so if I get that right, you are basically increasing your offerings to the clients and sweating your own platform itself, for which you will get an additional revenue, which might not be, of course, as much as the others that you're getting right now. What does this do to your average gross profit then? I mean, it's been hovering around that 140 in that vicinity. I mean, what can we see this number go to? Not only through this partnership, but generally with the things that you are doing.
Yeah, so in general, our numbers will remain stable. So the take rates and the profit that we have will be the plan is to maintain the same amount of profitability across all our portfolio. So that is the basis on which we are launching the products as well.
So what is the average take rate right now for your entire portfolio of services?
I mean the profitability, obviously, depending on the product, depending on the level, depending on the client, depending on the location, the take rates obviously vary. But I'm talking about the larger profitable number across the different products.
So let's talk about your margins itself then. I mean, 12% margins is what you did in the second quarter, doubled year on year. What's a sustainable level here?
I think we should be able to continue and that's our forecast. So we should be able to do 12 to 13%. That's our plan.
And from a medium to long-term standpoint, could you give us a sense of your revenue mix? What would it look like? How much comes in from airports, from railways you're entering, and these ancillary services?
So for us, actually, most of the services are related to airports and travel. So we don't really sub-segment into these thing. But yes, the bulk of it is still predominantly going to be lounges. And as the other clients take up the other services, the ratio might change over a period of time. But it'll take a bit of time for that to happen. So we don't see too much of a change in the immediate short term.
Take that point, Balaji. Thank you so much for joining in and giving us all those details about this partnership and the business going forward. Margins will